All right, today we're going to be talking about place value. So I took the liberty of going ahead and drawing our place value street. We have two houses on our street this year with a driveway in between so that we have somewhere to park our cars. Now you'll notice these houses look very similar because just like an apartment or a townhouse, all of the rooms are exactly the same or located in the exact same spot. So if I go in this house, the rooms are going to be in the same spot as they are in this house. Because if you remember, place value follows a pattern. So if I can figure out one house, then I can figure out the rest of the houses. The only thing that's different is they have different names. So let's start with the house we learned last year in second grade, and that is the regular house. And it starts with the ones all the way to the right. Just like when we add, we start on the right at the ones. When we do place value, we start at the right at the ones. And then always in the middle will be my tens. And finally, after that, comes my hundreds. Now, my 100, okay, which is 10 tens. All of these are just 10 bigger than the other. So it takes 10 little cubes to make a rod. It takes 10 rods to make a flat. So we're 10 times bigger. So now we have figured out one house. Like I said, we can figure out other houses as well if we know this one. So let's go to this house and then we'll talk about the driveway. So this house follows the same patterns, has the same rules. It just has a different name. This house's name is Thousands. So in the Thousands house, we have the same 3 rooms. Only this time, they're not just plain, they have a 1,000 at the end as their last name. So the ones, that column, this right column is always the name of the house. So that is 1,000. Okay, and that's 10 hundredths. Now, if it's following a pattern, what's going to be in the middle? In the middle over here is 10. So in the middle over here is 10, but we have to put the last name on, thousands. And again, we're following a pattern. So my last room over here is hundreds. So my last room over here is hundreds, but it's not just any old hundreds, it has a last name. What's its last name going to be? Thousands. And I'm sorry, that got very sloppy. So ones, tens, hundreds, thousands, 10,000s, 100,000s. It's the same pattern. We're still doing H-T-O. Over here we're doing H-T-O, kind of, but we have to put a last name on it. So H thousands, 10 T thousands, and we'll just make this rather than O, we'll just make it the name of the house, thousands. So I have 100,000s, 10,000s, regular thousands. So I still have my H-T and the name of the house. We just have a last name attached. Okay, and I told you we would come back to the driveway. So the driveway in numbers separates my houses. In numbers, I separate they're called periods, so this is one period and this is another period. They're separated by a comma. So after every 3 digits, we put a comma. And anytime we're reading a comma, we say the word thousand. That 1,000 tells us that we have numbers in the thousands house. So if I say 3,472, that tells me that I have numbers in my thousands house because I heard the word thousand. When you hear place value, you're going to hear a few different vocabulary words that we're going to go over. So one of the words is place. Okay. Virginia is a place. McDonald's is a place. Your home is a place. So what does place mean? Well, place is just kind of like a location. Virginia is a location. McDonald's is a location. Your house is at a location. So place just means the location or the spot in the place value house. Okay. The next word we're going to hear is value. And I can think of the value of an autographed baseball, or the value of a rare Pokemon card, the value of a new car, or even at McDonald's, they have a value meal. And so that meal is worth $2 or $1. So value is how much something's worth. If I have an autographed baseball, it might be worth $100. If I have a rare Pokemon card, it might be worth $50. So the value is how much it is worth. Okay, so those are two things that we have to keep different or differentiate between, because it gets a little bit tricky since we're talking about place value, the worth of each spot. Okay, so we're going to go through two examples. I'm going to put the number up here, and I'm going to say that this is 207,000. See, when I wrote the comma, I said 1,000. 523. And if I want to know the place, I'm asking for the location or the place in the place value chart. So I'm going to start by making my HTO charts and labeling what each spot is. I always start from the smallest, so I'm going to say ones, tens, hundreds. Then we have our driveway. Then we have thousands. Then in the middle is always tens, hundreds, but it's not just regular tens, it's 10,000s, and it's not just regular H, it's 100,000s. So if I ask what place is the 5 in, the answer would be, well, it is in the hundreds place. So what place is the 5 in? The hundreds. What place is the 0 in? The 0 is in the 10,000s. What place is the 3 in? The 3 is in the ones place. The 2 is in the tens place. The 7 is in the thousands place. The 2 is in the 100,000s place. So when we hear the word place, we're going to think of a location. Oh my goodness, I'm sorry. We're going to think of a location. And that's the name of the spot. So kind of like the 7's location is the thousands place. Okay. Now, what if I said, what digit is in the tens place? What digit is in the tens place? So I want to know what number is in the tens place. So I'd look to my tens, and I see that in the tens place is a 2. So the digit in the tens place is a 2. What digit is in the 100,000s place? Well, I'm going to see what number is in the 100,000s place, meaning value. And I look to my 100,000s, I see that there's a 2 in the 100,000s place. So when I'm talking about place, I'm talking about the names of the rooms, okay, which is different than the word value. The word value, if you remember, means how much something is worth. So if I want to know the value, I'm asking, okay, well, I don't have just 5. It's in the hundreds place, so it's worth a lot more than that. If I have 5 and it's in the hundreds spot, it is worth all of this. Oops, there we go. Now, is that just the same thing as 5? No, because 5 would just be like 5 of these. So if it's 5 and it's in the hundreds place, I'm going to say that it is worth 500. The value of the 5 is 500 because the digit is 5 and it's in the hundreds place. So I don't just have 100, I have 100, 200, 300, 400, 500. Same thing with the 2. The 2 is in the tens place, which means I have 2 tens. If I have 2 tens, that's not the same as 2. It's 10, 20. So the 2 is really worth, or the value of the 2 is 20. Now, I don't have cubes for the thousands, but if I did, if I had the value of the 7, I see it's in the thousands place, so I don't have just 1,000, I have 7 thousands. 1,000, 2,000, 3,000, 4,000, 5,000, 6,000, 7,000. So if I have 7 of them, the value is 7,000. So the difference between place and value is place is a location. It's a name of a spot. The value is if I live in that spot, how much am I worth?